Welcome to Macrocode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our help desk management system. So as you can see, this is our landing page. So I'm going to sign in to our application. So here you'll be able to see we have our tickets. So we have the number, the title, description, status, priority, created by, created on, the number of comments, and you can see here the numbers are actually based on the comments that has been added to those particular tickets. So if you click 4, then you'll be able to see it is taking you to the comments for that particular ticket. So also here you can view the comments. So you have that button, and you can as well click on the details, then it will give you the details of the ticket. So from here as well, you can add the comments. So if I just put in some characters and I add it, then you'll be able to see we have the comments here. Then you can also delete or edit the details of the ticket. So you can see this is the edit button. So on our comments, so we have a section for all the comments. So you can see here we have all these the comments, and we have the ticket, the created on and created by, and these details. We have the ticket categories as well, and we also have the subcategories per ticket. Then we have the audit trail. So everything we are doing within our system, we are tracking the audits. So you can see here we have the action that was done, create the module affected, the table affected, the timestamp, the IP address, and the user who did that. Then we have the system users. So these are all the users within the system. So you can add a new user, and you can see here you'll provide the first name, the middle name, last name, gender, email, city, phone number, country, username, and password. Then you also have the system codes. So this is a way of categorizing our options. For example, the gender, priority, and all this. So from here, you can also see the system codes. So here, like the gender, we can have the male and female. Like marital status, you can have single and married. So those are some of the options that you have. Then you have the created by and created on. Then you also have the roles. So system roles. So here you can see you have the finance manager, software developer, system administrator, the network administrator, ICT technician, all this. And you can add a new role. So here you'll just provide the role of that particular person. So if you just provide that and add, then you'll be able to get that particular role. Then the next thing is the department. So here we have the ICT finance. So we have the department code and the department name. So you can always add a new department. Sorry. So you can always add a new department. So in today's video, I want us to do some items. So as you can see on our tickets, we have the comments, view, and the edit button. So I want us to collapse these buttons into a drop-down kind of a button. So we want to have these as actions, but it is actually kind of a drop-down, so that we also provide an area to improve these and provide as many options as we can. So to do that, I want us to go to our application. So let me just, I want us to go to our code. So under system tickets, that is the tickets option under index. So you'll notice that we have all these buttons here. So you see these, we have these particular buttons. But what I want us to do is, I'm going to provide a section. So on one of these table data, I'm going to provide this particular code. So this one will now give us an option to kind of, so we'll actually say this is actions. Then I want us to, for every action, these actions that we have now will be our drop downs. So here I'm going to do drop down item. I'll just do here drop down item. Then I'll also want to have a separator. So I'll just do here the separator. I'll add this here, and I'm going to remove this. So I'll also add this. So I'm going to also borrow the details. Then I add it here. Then I also have this particular class. So let me zoom it so that you see. So I have this particular class, so I'm going to replace it here. Then I also do, so we have the edit. I'm going to copy the edit and also provide it here. So I'm going to remove this. And here as well, we need to have a separator. Then I'm going to remove these table data. So we'll just be having one table data, but carrying all those particular options. So then I'll also I'll also change this particular class. So we have now edit and all that particular options. And as you can see, that is cool. So the next thing is I'll also now collapse our actions into one. So I'll call these actions. And if I just remove this and we save our application, we should be able now to have those particular changes. So let's just see. So here we should be having only one. So the button should be a drop down kind of an option. So let's just see. So yes. So as you can see, our buttons has been collapsed into one. So if you click here, you'll be able to see that we now have these particular options as buttons. So you can see we have the comments, details, and if we click comments, it is doing the same thing that we wanted. So we now have the comments, details, and so here we can also maybe want to have them as kind of a button. So I'll just provide these as let's say btn warning. Then I'll also do here btn primary. Then I can also do here btn secondary. So if we do that and update this, then we should be able to see that now our options are kind of buttons. So you can see it looks like buttons, but I don't think that looks better. So what I'm going to remove, I'm going to do away with these as buttons. So I don't think they look better. So it's better to have it that way. So I'm going to remove this. So if we update this now, we'll be having our buttons now kind of looking this way. So if I just click here, I'll see comments, details, and edit. So assuming we want another button, instead of now kind of having this particular data table having a lot of buttons, then we'll be just adding on our drop-down option. So another button could be assign. So I want us now to assign tickets to users. So you can say assign. So if I just do that, then we can say resolve. We can say assign, then you can say resolve. So those are kind of like buttons. So if we just update our app, we'll be having now our buttons here, and you can see we have the comments, the details, edit, assign, and resolve. So you might want now to have these tickets assigning to users, and these are kind of assuming like the system administrators. So I want us to, when we are creating users, you can actually have them assigned to particular kind of roles. I think we'll be covering that. But now, assuming we want to assign these particular tickets to users, we'll also be covering this. But let's deal with this first, the action of resolve. So we can actually create another Razor view. So on tickets, I want us to create, so I want us to add another Razor page here. I'll just do, I'm going to do here resolve. So I'm going to add another Razor page called resolve. So I'll just call this resolve. So this one, we are now providing the options to address anything that we'll be having. So I'll just copy the details page. Then I'm going to have it here. So on our resolve, instead now of adding comment, we'll be providing the action to resolve. So I've just duplicated the resolve, but the details page. So I'll go to our controller, so that is the tickets details controller, I mean. Then on the details page, so I can actually navigate it from here. I'll just go to details page, I mean action. Sorry, so I'll just do details. So this is it. So I'm going to copy this. Then I'll just paste it down here. So let me zoom it. I'll paste it down here. And this will be my resolve action. So I'll just rename this to resolve action. So whenever we go to our index and just click resolve, so this now should point to the resolve button should point to our resolve action, and it will open this particular page. So here we can say ticket resolutions. So then we'll have the ticket details and we'll have the ticket comments, so that whenever you are addressing or resolving, you are able to see those particular information. Then we need an action called resolve. So I just go back to our tickets controller. Then I'm going also to copy this particular action. But now, this particular time, I want us to create to have this as a resolved confirmed. So this is resolved confirmed. So there is one thing that I want us to do. So whenever we are addressing the ticket, we can track the statuses of what is happening. So what I want us to do, I want us to add another model. I want us to add another model called ticket resolution. So we call it ticket resolution. Just call it ticket resolution. Then on this particular ticket resolution, I want us to have public. So public, so we'll just do public int ID. Then I want us to have here we'll be having the ticket ID. So I'll just do ticket ID. So this is our foreign key from the tickets. So I'll do here ticket. So let me zoom this. So I'll just do here ticket. Yes. Then the next thing that I want us to do is to add. So you can add. A comment. So we'll just say description. So these are particular information that will be comments that you'll be getting from that particular person who is addressing or resolving the comment. Then another particular thing is I want us to have something called the status, whether it has been resolved, it is on hold, whether it is has been escalated, or there is any particular status that we'll provide. So I'll just do int, then I'll say resolution. We can call it status ID. Status ID. Then this particular status will come from is a foreign key. So here you'll say system code detail. System code detail, and this will be status. So after we do that, we'll now borrow. So after we have these particular details, we also need to have the user activity. So we have the user activity. So this will give us the created on, modified on, and all those particular information. So what other thing do we need here? We need the ticket, the description, and the status that has been provided by the ICT engineer or someone who is actually addressing those particular comments. So this is a table, so we'll need to add this on our application DB context. So I'm going to add it here. So I'll just copy this, and I'm going to do here as a. So this is so here we'll say ticket resolutions. Then on our tools, NuGet Package Manager console, I'll just add. So I'll say add migration, then say resolution status. So that is our migration name. So for those who are watching this channel and you have not subscribed, consider subscribing, like our video, comment down below, and we will really appreciate. So if you need the source code is not yet complete. We are actually building this up. So you can always claim the source code and will always be updated on the code. So the code will be updated and will be having full access. So this is what has been generated from our migration. Now we are having the ticket resolution table and all this particular information. So to add this to our database, we'll just now need to do update database. So if you press update database, so this particular table will be created. So let's just confirm if everything is okay with our migration. So if all is well, then our table will be generated. So let's just wait and see. So we have some challenges. So what I need to do is let's go back to our. So let's just come back to our own model creating. So I want us to add something here. So when you see on our migration, we are having ticket resolution, ticket status, may cause a cycles or multiple cascade paths. So I'm going to add it here. Then I'll just say here, ticket resolution. Then you can say it has one status. Then you can say status ID. So if we do that, then let's just confirm. So what we need to do, we can remove the migration. So can do remove migration. So when you click on remove migration, then it will actually remove the migration. So we can always re-add it. So I'll just do add migration. So you can add the same migration with the same name. So if we do that, then that is okay. So we can also update now the database. So migration file has been created. Press enter. There we go. So you still have something. So we have the tickets. So we can always go back to our application DB context within the same. So we can always do here ticket resolution. Then you can say ticket. And we can do here ticket ID. So if we do that, then you can now also remove migration. So I'll just use the up arrow. If you remove the migration, it will actually remove the recent migration that you've just added. But you can always provide the name of the migration that you want to remove. So we can now re-add. So if you add, we are now trying to ensure that we don't have any challenges with our migration. So once that is done, we can always add update our database. So I'll just do update database. So press enter. Then our database will be, our table will be generated. So as you can see, the table is being, so that is okay now. So you can see everything is okay. And you can see our commands here now, the create table tickets resolution with all these particular fields. So since we now have our resolution, our tickets resolution table, we'll be tracking all the resolutions here. So let's go back to our tickets controller. So whenever we resolve the ticket, what we need to do is, we'll be providing the description. So here, I'll change this to my resolutions model. Then I can say resolution. So every time we do that, so I'll just do here ticket ID. I can also provide created by and also the description. Then we can add. So then here will be creation and the table name will be resolutions. So these are actually audit trails. But now what I want us to do, remember here we don't have the status. So I want us, whenever we are confirming any particular resolution, we should always provide the status. So here we can also do here status ID should come from the ticket view. So let's just confirm this view model. So you can always have this status ID. So if we do that, let's go back to our ticket controller, and you can always say this is VM dot ticket ID, status ID. So we'll be getting this status and we save it there. Then you can always say ticket resolution details successfully created. Then we pass this to our, so you can always return it to our, resolve action. So let's just see. So we have this action here. So you can always return it back. So if we do that, then we are good to go. But there's one thing. So let's just launch our app and see how it goes. So for those who are watching this video up to this point, but and you have not subscribed, consider subscribing, like our video, comment down below, and you can share. And you feel if the video is also interesting, you can always buy us coffee. A hot one will be really a good thing. So I'm going to launch our app, and if you open the application, so there we go. So if I sign in, I'm going to see the dashboard. So there we go. Then on the ticket details, I just go to the ticket details. Then under actions, you can see if I click resolve, it will now open this particular page, and you can see this is the ticket resolution page. But now I want us to change this particular area. Remember this, we actually borrowed what we were doing on our details page. Instead of adding the comments, I want us to now, so I want us to change this. Instead of having it as a ticket comment, I want us to have this as a, so this will be a resolution comment. So we can change that. Then you can just call it a resolution comment, ticket resolution comment. But also, I want us to add another thing. I want us to have another status for, I want us to have the status. So we can say here, ticket status. So someone will be providing the status. But now this will be a drop-down option. So we are going to call this select. Then we are going to have these as status ID. So this will be status ID, and I'm going to remove this. Then, so this will be our status ID. Then I'm going to have this as a single select. So this will be our drop-down option. But now, if we update our application, we should see now we should be able to have two fields here. We have the resolution, so you can see you have the resolution status, and we have this particular option. So I'm going to remove this particular control. So this will be form control that way, so that it doesn't look big. Then if we go back, then you can see now we have this particular, so this will be status, and then you provide the description. So to get the status, we need to add them on our system. So I'm going to add this as a new status. I'm going to call it resolution status. Sorry. So I'm going to call it resolution status. Then this will be my description. So if I add it, I love my resolution status here. So for the system code details, I'm going to add, then I'm going to call these, so we can add now the various options that we want to ensure that our status will be following. And these are the resolution status that our ticket will be following. So for example, we can have closed. So that is one of the status. So you can say closed. This is the first, and this will be our resolution status. So if we add that, so we'll be having now the first status as closed. We can add another one as in progress. In progress. Then our description will be in progress. So that is it. This is the second. Then we can have these as create. Then we can also add another. We can say escalated. So a ticket can be escalated. So if we do that, can say these 3. So if we save it, that is our status. Another one will be on hold. On hold. On hold. Then so you can do this as a one word. Then you can have it this here. So that is another status. Then you can also have another one called resolved. Resolved. Then you can do that. Then you can say here create. Then you can also have another one called reopened. So you can reopen a ticket. Reopened. So we can say this is a reopened ticket, and this is the resolution status. So all these now are the resolution statuses for our tickets. So what we need to do, if we go to tickets and we say resolve, we should ensure that now the ticket statuses that are being populated here is now what we have added. So let's just go back to our application as well under the tickets controller. So we are going now to add all those particular options. So let's just copy one, and I'm going to add it on our, you see, it should be on our resolved options. So let's just action, I mean. So where is our resolve action? So let's just search resolve. So here. So I want us to have these here, and you can say this is status ID. So you are going to take all the statuses where the system code is resolution status. So this will give us all the particular options. So then on our so I'm going to copy, let me copy one of the drop down and just paste it on our resolve page. So this is it. So I'm going to add it here. So here will be status ID, but the view bag will be, let's just confirm, our view bag will be status ID as well. So if I do this here, then you're expecting to have our status options pre-populated. So let's just relaunch our app and see. So whenever now we'll be resolving any comment, you'll be choosing the status and you provide some description and then you save. So that will give us all the details. So I'm going to log in. So if you're following this video up to this particular point, remember to subscribe, like our channel, and comment down below. So I'm going to the tickets details, then under resolve, I'll just go to resolve. Then you can see now I have my options. So I can say close in progress. So if I do in progress and I say this is still work in progress. So let's just go back to, yes, so there's something we need to do. You see this is still pointing to add comment, but we want it to point to our, you remember the action that we added called resolved confirmed. So we need to add it here. So I'm going to update that and update our application before doing anything. So let's just wait and see if it will update. There we go. So I'm going to say in progress. Sorry. then I can say this is still work in progress. So if I say, so you see this is saying add comment, but let's just put in a breakpoint on our ticket here. Then we see what happens. So if we add, there we go. So we have it there. So let's just hit here and see if everything goes well. So it means it has actually saved our details. So you can see ticket resolution details successfully created. So let's change this particular action and you can say resolve. So here, instead of saying add comment, you can say add resolution status. So I'll do that, update. Then once we have that, you can see now we have add resolution status. But now I want us to do another interesting thing. So we have our resolution status, we have the ticket comments, we have the details, and we have our resolution. So assuming this was in progress, then it was escalated. So you can say this has been escalated to macro code. So, but there is one thing that we'll be checking here. Whenever we say escalated, we need to know the person we're escalating to. So let's just say this is on hold. This has been altered. So if we add, so let's remove this one. So if we add, you see it has been added. So I want us to track all those history here. So I'm going to the resolution status. Then you remember where we had the comments here. I'm going to copy this and I want us to have it. So let's confirm this particular, yes. I want us to have it within this area here. But now here, I want us to remove this portion of adding. I just want us to track the history. So I'll say ticket resolution history. So if we do that, we will now need, so in our resolved actions under the ticket controller, so let's resolved. So we'll do resolve. So this is it. So we are now getting the ticket details, the ticket comments, but I also want us to add another one. I want us to get the ticket resolutions. So here I'm going to add another list. But instead of now doing comments, I'll do ticket resolutions. Resolutions. And this is the resolution. Ticket resolution. Ticket resolution. So you see this one. If we now go back, I'm going to do here. I'm going to get all the resolutions of that particular ticket. So I'll just do ticket resolutions, and these will be ticket resolutions. Then we can include that, and also we can include the status. So here we'll say status. That's cool. So this will give us all the resolution history. So if I go back to our resolved Blazor page, I'm now going to populate all these resolution history. So I'll just do here ticket resolutions. Ticket. So if we paste it, so here we'll be having ticket resolution history, but I'm going to add another thing. So we'll be having the comment created on, and we can add the status. So I'll just do here. So here I'll just do ticket. There we go. There's something we need to add. So on our view model, I'll need to add, so this is the view model. I'll need to add the ticket resolution model. So I'll just do here ticket resolution, and you can say this is resolution. So if I do this, go back here, I'm going to do resolution, and resolution. So instead of created by, I'm going to say status. Then I'm also going to add another table, data table here. I mean the table data, and here I'll just say status. Then you can say dot description. So that is it. So we can now track our history. So let's just relaunch our app and see. So this will give us a table showing all the history of resolutions that has been done to that particular ticket. So let's just go back, relaunch our app, and see how this is happening. So if we log in, I'm going to see. So I'll just go back to our tickets. Then under actions, so I'll just go back to our tickets. Under action, if I click resolve, you see I'm having the resolution statuses. So I have the ticket resolution history, the description. So if I add another one, so let's just say this has been resolved. This has been addressed. So if I add, it will take me back here and you'll see I'm able to track all the particular details. So that is it for today for those who are watching this channel. So if you like us to improve this particular video, continue subscribing, like our channel, comment down below, and if you need the source code, you can also promote our channel by either providing us with coffee or claiming the source code, which will actually go a long way in ensuring that we continue posting more videos. That is it for today, and see you in our next video. Bye.